Why am I sitting on the edge of my bed at 4:42 in the morning? Disneyland fireworks. Why am I driving in a snowstorm to the airport at 5:15 in the morning? Because of Disneyland fireworks. Why am I boarding a flight to Las Vegas? Disney fireworks. I'm the last one to board. Why? Disney fireworks. Delayed. Why am I at a vending machine buying water? Because I'm thirsty. Why am I renting this orange rental car? Disney fireworks. Why am I driving 152 miles to middle nowhere? Disneyland fireworks. Hi, I'm Chris. You're watching Park Pass. And now I'm really going to answer all the questions you might be wondering. Why am I really driving out to the middle of nowhere? I'm going to Lake Havasu. I'm going to the Winterblast, one of the largest conferences for pyrotechnicians, firework enthusiasts. It is put on by the Western Pyrotechnic Association, and people come from all over, from the whole world, all over the world. They travel here for this conference to learn about pyrotechnics, about fireworks, and all kinds of cool things. And it is like massive. It is huge. Now, the reason I am going to this, we're gonna have to do it. This is a two-part video series. The reason I'm going to this is because a lot of the people that are gonna be there have either worked on or are working with Disney and their fireworks. And they said that they will talk to me and tell me all the things that they can. They can't divulge all the secrets of the Disney fireworks, but they'll tell me the things that they are allowed to tell me all about Disney fireworks and the fireworks shows and what they can. And we're gonna learn all about it. And it's not just for Disneyland, but it's for Florida. These people here, these pyrotechnicians they are the who's who in the world of pyrotechnicians. These are the cream of the crop. So I'm very excited to be driving out there to meet them, to talk to them, to learn about fireworks. I mean, I don't know a lot about fireworks. I mean, I've lighted. Maybe that's why I'm not a pyrotechnician. I think I just use the word litten. I have lighted off some fireworks, of course, like a 4th of July and things that you buy, like Black Cat and those things. Light them around your neighborhood and lit bottle rockets and throw them at my friends, stuff like that. But I don't really know much about fireworks. So I'm excited to learn about that. I'm excited to learn lane change. I'm excited to learn about like Disney and the things that Disney does for their pyrotechnic show, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, the reason I'm doing all of this is because here's what happened. I was supposed to be there yesterday. My plan was I was driving down from Utah to Havasu, and it's like a 8-hour drive maybe. I was going to get up early in the morning. I was going to drive down there. I was going to attend some little seminars, then be there all day today and learn all about things. And tonight's is massively huge fireworks show, which I'll hopefully be able to show you what I can of that. And but there was a winter storm advisory. When I got up in the morning, I was getting ready to drive out, and the road that I was supposed to take at a certain area, they were shutting it down. And I was like, okay, well, they're going to shut it down, but it'll reopen. And they weren't going to reopen it up until 11 o'clock at night. So I was going to have to take like a detour. The detour added 4 more hours of drive time. And I'm like, I couldn't figure this out. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get down there. And I ended up talking to the people of the Pyrotechnic Association. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it. And they're like, well, see this. They're like, if you can make it to Vegas, you can drive from Vegas. So Amanda looked up some flights. I found a flight. I got on it early this morning. It was delayed. So I'm like, we're running a little bit hour behind of what I'm supposed to be getting there. And I flew to Las Vegas, and now it's about a 3-hour drive to get to Lake Havasu, where I'm going to be interviewing and talking to these guys about fireworks. I'm excited to share this with you. I really don't know much about Lake Havasu. I do have a story about it. Is it Havasu Pie, maybe? When I was a junior in high school, there's this girl I had a massive crush on, and that summer she went to Lake Havasu, and I guess it's a beautiful lake. It's a beautiful, beautiful lake. and she sent me a postcard. No, I don't know, does anybody still send postcards? But she had this beautiful, like, looping, cool, like her you know, the signature when she was writing, the way she wrote was awesome. Her handwriting was cool. And it was like kind of cool looping handwriting. And she wrote me this big, huge, cute little letter saying how she missed me and all that. And on the front of the postcard, it showed these cool waterfalls. I really liked that postcard, and I put it in my bathroom mirror. It has a little clipper thing on my mirror, and I stuck it up there. And I kept that postcard, and I saw that postcard almost every single day until after even graduating from high school, until I finally moved out of the house. I kept that postcard because I liked the picture of it. And so I've never been there, so I'm excited to be there. I'm not going to probably get a lot of chance to explore Lake Havasu, but I'm going to get a chance to at least be there and say I've been there. So I'm on my way there right now. It's got a little bit of a drive, guys. We're driving basically middle of nowhere. So, and I'm gonna kind of keep you apprised of my drive, and this will be a good video. When I get a chance to sit down with these pyrotechnicians and learn about their craft, I will share all the secrets I can with you guys, and I'll show you everything that I'm allowed to show you. So it'll be fun to meet them and to learn about them. And I think they're called pyrotechnicians. I think that's their correct name. I don't think you just call them pyros. Isn't that pyro just somebody who's like obsessed with fire? I don't know. But so these pyrotechnicians, I'm gonna meet them and learn about like what they do, how they got involved in the craft, and how they got involved with Disney, the fireworks show for Disney, how they transport fireworks. I mean, I want to learn it all because it's gonna be pretty crazy to learn all that. All right, let's continue on with the video. I'm gonna take a break and just kind of drive. I'll show you the drive here in a little bit. This is like the view. It's just desert. I'm in a Dodge Charger and it's orange, which I'm delighted because orange is my favorite color. So I'm delighted about that. Just driving along. Not a lot to look at, that's for sure. Deserty. So like I was saying, orange is my favorite color. I'm going to kind of explain to you how I came to that. Do you remember when you were in elementary school and like getting a box of crayons was kind of a big deal? Is it? Now I say that, boy, that sounds old, doesn't it? But I mean, getting a box of crayons, and they had like these boxes of 32 crayons. And then they came out with 64 crayon boxes, right? These are a very, very big deal. Well, there was this family that we lived by in our neighborhood, and I don't really know. The dad, I guess, sold school supplies to stores. I don't really know. I have no idea what he did. But a week before school would start, this family would have a back to school sale in their backyard, and it was all this stuff, all the supplies that he had that others the businesses didn't buy or whatever. I don't really know, but it was like at a steep discounted price. And I loved going to this back to school. They had like paper and like crayons and markers and erasers and book binders, and it was just kind of a fun thing. It was kind of like the thing I knew. I was like, okay, this is like a week before school started. You go into this family's back to school sale, and then I'd buy my school supplies, and my mom would take me, and I would save my money up, and we'd go there. And I got there, and it's going into third grade, and I walked this back to school sale, and it was 128 crayon box. Huge, massive, and it had a crayon sharpener. You put a little crayon in it, you could sharpen it up if you needed to. I had to have it. And I bought that box of 128 crayons. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm gonna be a little braggy here. I was kind of the envy of like third grade, because we got there, everybody's like first day, everybody's like pulling out their crayon boxes, and little 32 box, that was cute. And then some other kids, they're like, check this out. Boom, box is 64. And everybody's like, yeah, that's, whoa, 64 crayons. That's it. There's not that. How could you have 64 crayons? Is there even that many colors in the world? You know, those third graders are freaking out. And I casually like, bam, drop my 128 box of crayons. Everybody lost their, what? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, look, guys, it's got a built-in crayon sharpener. I was like, that was hot stuff, guys. Anyways, everybody wanted to borrow my crayons because like, you were coloring. They're like, I don't have enough. I only got 64 colors to color this sunset. Yeah, I'm like, you can't color a sunset with 64 colors. Get out of town. You need at least 128 to even match the beauty of a sunset or sunrise, whatever you're coloring. And so everybody liked to borrow my crayons, but there were certain crayons that were high demand, guys. And you'd open up the box, and the crayons are like perfectly sharp, but the top of the crayon was like flat. It was like perfectly sharp. They're great. Well, there were certain crayons that I was like high demand. They had gold, they had silver, they had bronze, like these metallic crayons. Everybody wanted the gold and silver and bronze. And I was like, I lent them out sparingly. If they were my friend and they were nice to me, I might let them use it. And if they were mean to me, heck no, you could not use my gold crayon. But there was one crayon that I was crazy about. I loved it. It was this bright orange. Not the dark burnt orange, not just normal orange. It was like a light orange. It was like the happiest color. It was my favorite crayon. I love that. I wish I knew what does anybody know what that crayon's name is? If you could find out, put it in the comments down below. I would love that. That crayon was hands off. Nobody could use that crayon. I did not dare to file the point on that crayon. It was too good. It was too pure. It was too pure for this world, guys. That crayon was so good. And that's when I realized, I think that's when I decided that was like my favorite color. But what's funny about that is people would always ask me, like, what's your favorite color? And I would never say like the orange, whatever. I was like blue, silver, black. I love those colors, blue, silver, black. I love them. Great colors, right? But all of a sudden, I remember I was like thinking about it. One day I was really thinking about it, and I flashed back, and I remembered third grade, that bright light orange crayon that I never touched. That's my favorite color. Anyways, you might ask, did I ever use a crayon? No, I did not. A last day of school, I think we're throwing our box of crayons away. That crayon was untouched. I should have probably had a proper burial for it or something. I don't know. I don't remember what happened to it, but I just know I didn't let anybody ever touch it. And nobody ever touched it. That was, and they could only use my metallic crayons sparingly. Like, I wouldn't let them, like, they couldn't, like, color whole paper with it. Because you know how a crayon, you color, it gets a point where you have to rip the paper off no. They couldn't do that. They couldn't rip the paper off my gold, bronze, and silver crayons. They could use a little bit, like maybe like put a little speckle of gold on the sunset. That was it. Like, no hard lines. And I would be like watching them like a hawk, like, hey. But nobody ever used my light orange crayon because that was my favorite. What are we talking about? Just checked my map. It says we got an hour and 37 minutes to go. Oh, look at this. Oh my. Oh, you think you got something? Look. This guy is trying to pass me in my orange Charger. Good grief. He's hauling. This little white Mercedes, think he's all that. He probably had gold crayons, for sure. I'm gonna add a little bit of time onto this travel because I am starving, and there's McDonald's right here. So I'm gonna pull into McDonald's. I'm gonna go through the drive-thru though.
At the stop sign, turn left onto US 95.
Oh, that's my, okay. Don't roll this down. Let's get a little food here. Oh. I think it's breakfast. I didn't realize it was breakfast. Hello?
Will you be using our mobile today?
No.
Okay.
It's a breakfast time?
Yes.
All right. Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel?
Okay.
And can I get that in a meal, please? Just order little brekkie brek. Got it. I on road trips, I actually enjoy. Oh wait, I'm way over here. I actually like road trips. I think McDonald's Coke tastes really good, but on a road trip, especially good. Oh, they said don't pull up to. I have to pull up to the other window. Okay. Make sure we're clear. Keep the card clean.
Turn left,
Right.
then take the first left onto US 95.
I'm getting food. But McDonald's Coke, oof, so delicious. So delicious. I've heard theories, some people say it's the straw that makes it so good because the straw is a little bit wider, so it allows more flavor to go through. I've heard other people say it's the syrup is different for McDonald's. Who knows? All right, I got my order, but I'm gonna pull over and get it all situated before I start driving. Let's do that. I made a scuba. Oh, I knew better than that. I made a rookie mistake. I just bit right into that hash brown. That was lava hot. I didn't have my straw ready yet. Don't make that mistake. Bagel. Always have your napkins out. Okay. Let's go learn about fireworks. And I also have a confession to make when we start driving. I'll talk about it. Speaking of the crayons, it made me think of something I did that was pretty terrible. So I have a confession to make. This is not my proudest moment. This is what happens when you're driving along by yourself and also you remember things that you're kind of embarrassed that you did. But in third grade, I would like to apologize to the Miss Sorensen class of third grade because I did something I shouldn't have done. They had this, my teacher had this thing where she would, like every week we would do like an art project, and then she would take like the top 5 or 10 art projects and she would display them in the hallway, not in the classroom, the hallway. I mean, like, so everybody gonna walk by and see this great art that people had created. And I will admit that I'm not a very good artist. I'm not a very good artist, right? I'm not. It was even got close. Well, in October, we've been doing this now, all of September and early October. A bunch of kids' artwork had been displayed every week out there. Mine never had been. In October, we did a drawing of a haunted house. We had to make a haunted, scary, spooky house. And then they were going to display 10 of them outside in the hallway. But this time the teacher was going to let us, we got to vote. We got to vote on each, got to vote on everybody's artwork. So like she put them around the room, and then we all got up, and we got to walk around the room. And then the ones that you liked, I think you're given like 3 votes. So we walked around the circle one time, and then we came back to walk again. And then you get a mark on your 3 favorite drawings for the haunted house. And then the top 10 were going to be displayed in the hallway during Halloween. I do just have to show the road real quickly. You notice it's changed. We're just like this little road, little tiny highway. So back to my story, third grade. So you got to vote on 3 drawings. And it was Halloween week, and this was the week that they were going to be doing the parade, the assembly, where the whole school, and the way that it worked, like, the first graders would walk around and then go in the second grade class, and then they would go in the third grade class, and it was kind of like this train, so you would walk through everybody's class, see all their costumes, and walk down all the halls, and that art was going to be on display. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a high stakes game. And they let you vote 3 times. So what I did is I voted for myself. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. I would just kind of walk around and like look around, dink, little pencil, then dink, a little pencil mark on my drawing, dink, a little pencil mark on my drawing, dink. I'm pretty sure the teacher probably figured it out. I think there's only like 28 kids in my class. I think I had like 38 votes. But I did get on the hallway and have my art displayed because I voted for myself all those times. It was the only time my art was displayed. But it was a high-powered week, guys. It was a high-powered week, and I had to. And so I just remembered that little memory, and I would just like to apologize and say that for all those other students in my class, Mrs. Sorens' class, that I robbed you out of your chance to get on your art displayed. I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. Look at these, like I'm going up these hills. I don't know if you can tell the way, like it's just like it's like a little hill. Then we go down, and now we go up, and now we go down, and now we go up. Now we go down, and now oh, this is a good one. Now we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna quickly go down, and then back up. It's like these little swoopy swoops. I don't know. Yeah, anyways, I apologize. Sorry for taking your spot in the art hallway. I'm about 15 minutes away from getting there, and once I get there, I'm gonna unpack and get ready, and then I'm gonna start another video. Because I want to have a whole dedicated video to meeting these interesting people and talking to them about the pyrotechniques and all that. And so I'm going to start a new video, and that video will come out tomorrow. You guys will see that video tomorrow. Can you guys do me a favor, though? Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And I hope you guys watch tomorrow's video. It's a lot of travel for this one video, but I think it's going to be worth it, and I think it's going to be unique. And so I think it'll be a good experience. For all of us to learn something new about Disney. I think that'll be awesome. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, we have what's called a Patreon community. A Patreon community is where people they like our content and they're like, hey, I want to be able to support that. If you want to become part of our Patreon community, there's a link down below in the description. And for as little as $3 a month, you're going to get an extra video just for you, just for the Patreon members every week. You'll be able to ask Amanda and I questions, and we will answer your questions, and we'll try to do some fun activities for you guys, behind the scenes things, all the things like that. So if you want to be part of that amazing community, and then at the end you'll see your name on the name card, we really appreciate that. It'd be awesome. All right, once I get there, I will kind of pull in and show you what I'm pulling into. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. All right, I think this is my hotel. I'm staying here at this Quality Inn. I gotta park and check in. All right, I'm checked into my room. I'm here to go. This is it, guys. I'm gonna go meet with them, and you'll see this video on my experiences I'm gonna have. They're literally here. They're waiting for me. They say, let's go start learning about fireworks right now. So I just barely walked in. They're like, they want me to learn everything there is to know. So, yeah, that'll be tomorrow's video. Make sure you are subscribed and get notified because it's gonna be a fun one. I drove to an airport, got on a plane, was delayed, then got to Las Vegas, then I rented a car, I drove to Lake Havasu, and then I had a little confessional time in the car where I apologized because I rigged an art election. I feel kind of bad about that, so I just want to say I'm sorry. And thank you to our Patreon. Seriously, we couldn't do these videos without you. You are absolutely amazing, and we love you.